In the latest development within the Maharshi Valmiki Development Corporation corruption case, petition seeking a CBI investigation is to be heard by the Karnataka High Court today. Now, single-member bench is to announce the verdict. Union Bank of India had in fact filed a writ petition, and the bench headed by Justice M. Nagaprasanna had reserved the verdict. Remember, only on November 8th, the Karnataka High Court quashed proceedings against Manoj Mittal, Deputy Director, and Murali Kannan, Assistant Director of Directorate of Enforcement, which is the ED, Bengaluru. Two were probing the multi-crore misappropriation and diversion of funds case allegedly pertaining to state-owned Maharshi Valmiki Scheduled Tribe Development Corporation. With that, let's take a look as to what all has happened so far into this very case. A special investigation team had filed a preliminary charge sheet detailing the arrest of 12 individuals and the recovery of assets and cash amounting to over 49.96 crore rupees. And the SIT has disclosed that it had registered 8 cases leading to the seizure of substantial cash and assets. Accused face charges under several sections of the IPC, the Indian Penal Code, including 120B for criminal conspiracy, 406 for criminal breach of trust, 409 for criminal breach of trust by a public servant, 420 for cheating, and 465, 468, 471 for forgery-related offences. Now, the investigation has uncovered the involvement of several high-profile figures in the scam. SIT's investigation had revealed that out of 187.33 crore rupees involved in this very scam, 88.63 crore was illegally transferred to at least 217 different bank accounts, including those belonging to 18 firms in Telangana. This money was allegedly diverted from accounts within the government treasury to the Union Bank of India's MG Road branch in Bengaluru. This is the particular story that we are in fact bringing to you at the very top of this hour. And today, what we have learned is that in this Maharshi Valmiki Development Corporation case, the petition seeking a CBI investigation is to be heard by the Karnataka High Court, whether or not the CBI shall begin investigating this very matter. Well, with that, our colleague Mohammad Wajiullah joins us on the broadcast to bring us more details. Waji, a very good morning to you. Help us understand, just to set context for our viewers, let's go back to recalling what this entire scam was about, the amounts that was recovered and the amounts that had been alleged to be involved in this very scam.
Well, this was the first scam that came to light after the new government came into power, and this came to light after Chandrasekhar, one of the employees at the Valmiki department, committed suicide with a note saying that money has been siphoned out by the ministers, by a lot of officials in the ministry and in the committee and in the department, where close to 185 crores were missing, and he had given details of how 8 crores were sent here and there. And after that suicide is when this case took light, because the opposition picked it up, and they started highlighting how there is another scam that is brewing in the present government, because the previous government was outstretched by this present government over law corruption scandal. So this was the first ammunition that the opposition had when the current government came to power. Then subsequently, an SIT was initiated. Investigations were going on, and Minister Nagendra was also arrested by the investigation agency. That is when, because the case involved a lot of money in it, the Enforcement Directorate automatically intervened into the case. And now the CBI was also interfering into the case because the matter was more than 3 crore rupees. And the Union Bank had approached the CBI to investigate this matter, because they were also one of the victims of this entire scam, is what they believe. That is when the Karnataka government stopped the entire interference of CBI, because the cabinet meeting had happened between the ministers, and that is when they decided. During the Muda scandal especially, there was a meeting that happened between the cabinet where they decided that they will not allow CBI to investigate any case in the state, because they believe the CBI is a puppet in the hands of the central government, and they are only interfering into the case just to show the state government to a bad light. And the state government already is investigating this matter. The ED is also involved in it. But the CBI was stopped by this state government because of a cabinet decision. And the cabinet had also said that they will take a call on case-to-case basis whether they should allow the CBI to intervene or not. The last time when we spoke to the Home Minister Parameshwar, he also clarified that there is no scope of the CBI investigation. As of now, it is the government that will decide whether they will allow or not. But the Union Bank had approached the CBI, and the matter now is in court because the people who've lost their money want a thorough investigation in this matter, and that is where today it will be the D-day to be to where the court will decide whether CBI can be allowed in this matter or not. And if that decision happens, then it is going to be a big setback for Karnataka government.
Right, Vaji. Vaji, at this point, you have been tracking this case very closely for the longest time. Help us understand what all stands in favor of this case, in fact, going up to the CBI for investigation. Do you think there is a possibility? And if yes, what are the evidence that is backing it for CBI investigation at this point?
Well, whether there is anything or not for CBI to interfere, one thing is very clear. As per the rules, if we go, if there is an involvement of more than 3 crores in a scam, then it becomes incumbent for the CBI, and they have this right to investigation. Exactly the same way where the Enforcement Directorate has the right to investigate if the matter is more than 15 lakhs. So on that basis, the CBI can investigate. It's also happened on the basis if the opposition approaches the government or the governor and says that yes, the CBI should investigate this matter. The state government is not allowed. But if you look into this case and if you go into the history of the case, the particular person who's on our screen, P. Nagendra, he's the minister in this entire matter. He was arrested. The arrest of a minister clearly gives you an indication that yes, this is more than just a scam that involved officials or government officials in it. It had an upper reaching to it up to the level of the ministry. Also, we've seen in the Enforcement Directorate investigation, the officers that had come out recently, the ones that you've named, had come out saying that the ED has been forcing them to name chief minister and the minister in this entire matter. But that case had also been squashed because the particular official then came out and said that he does not want to pursue this case. But if you look into the overall overarching of this case, that particular money that had gone missing in this case were routed back to Hyderabad, where it was involved in the election process of the Hyderabad of the Telangana state election. It was found in other departments in Hyderabad, and that is when the suspicion grew. The minister was investigated, the ED interfered, and there was a demand for a CBI investigation in this matter, which was stopped by the state government. Now, today, as we stand, the court will be hearing this matter at around 2:30, and that is when we'll get a clearer picture whether the CBI will interfere or not. But if you look at the chronology of the case, the amount that was sniped in, it clearly gives an indication that the CBI can interfere in this case. But in this matter also, there is a Union Bank approach. Union Bank had also approached the CBI because they also wanted to set their bank right, because their bank was also involved in this matter. So in this matter, Union Bank had approached the CBI and asked them that you should also investigate this matter. But the state government had stopped the investigation or the entry of the CBI in the state, and that is when the matter had to go to the court. And now the High Court will actually take a call whether it will allow the CBI, because in past instances we've seen where there is an SIT involved or an enforcement directorate involved, the High Court also waits for their investigation to finish, and that is when allows other investigation agencies to enter. But whether that will happen in this case or not, it's something you'll only get to know at 3:30.